Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Whew, what a morning, huh? How are you today? I feel like we're not exactly centered. Oh, see? There we go. Maybe we'll keep tweaking things. Oh, live streaming. There we go. You never know what's going to happen. Uh-huh. Hello. Welcome. My name is Chris Acton with Acting Creative, and this is Live with Loom. Woohoo! Here we are, Thursday morning, living the dream. So, hello, Ellen. How are you, my friend? Working on some coffee. I know you're not surprised by a little tea. Oh, look, I'm sporting a new mug today. Isn't that pretty? It's from my friend Nancy Harrington. She does some really cool stuff, and it's like we feel it. It's raised. It's very cool. So, hello, hello, hello. How are you? Okay. So, where are my Apple users in the crowd? Yes, thank you, Ellen. I know the mug is good, right? Hello, Sherry. Oh, are you getting snow, Sherry? Oh, we have rain here, which might become some white stuff later. Hello, Laura. How are you? Okay, yes. Okay, so where are my Apple users? Do we have Apple users in the crew? Here's what I need help with. You know how Apple has changed this whole, like, you know how it used to be you'd have like do not disturb, you could just be click it on or off. And now they have this whole focus thing, which is a big I don't get it. I it is above my pay grade. Someone please explain this to me. I need like a dummy's guide for how to use the new focus tool because I don't get it. Hello, Tanya. Oh, she's an Apple user. Tanya, how do I use the focus feature on my phone? I don't. It was just on my phone for a while. It wasn't on my iPad, but this morning when I went to look, I was like, oh, crap's on the iPad now, so I don't know how to use it. Oh, technology. Tanya says don't understand it earlier either. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Hello, Maureen. How are you? So, if anyone comes across some brilliant information about how to set up the focus for my iPad, I don't I don't get it. I don't. I still have calls come through, and it's very confusing. Hello, Sam. Rainy Southwest Ontario. Uh huh. Yeah. Oh, Ellen said she finished the Valentine towels, threading the loom for Mobius shawls. Oh, very cool. Very cool. That is awesome. Our YouTube folks, someone who's watched on YouTube, say hello just to make sure we're working because I see lots of my Facebook crew. Ooh, you guys have come out in mass this morning. I love that. Excellent. Okay, I'm working on some tea. I know you won't be surprised, but working on a little tea this morning. Hello, Ray. Ooh, how do you say that? Lapsang Souchong in my cup, dry and windy in West Texas. Mm-hmm. Okay, is the Souchong is that like is that a black tea, Ray? Let me know. Oh, there's the YouTube friends. Hi, Paige. Hi, Scott. Hello, Carrie. YouTube's working. Excellent. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Kathy says snowing in Idaho. Wait, who said they got how many inches of snow? Sherry has 5 inches. Iowa is getting dumped on. Are you supposed to get more than Sherry, or is that are you all set for this storm? I don't. I'll be honest. I didn't check the weather this morning, but I just know that it's supposed to. It's raining, and we might get some snow. I don't know if we're supposed to get any kind of serious inches here. I don't think I have to pull out the snow shovels. I don't think so. We'll see. Because I don't actually because I work from home. I don't actually I don't worry about that too much. I just kind of adjust my plans accordingly. You know how it goes, right? Uh Ray says you got it. It's black and smoky like a gunpowder tea. Ooh, I bet I'd enjoy that. I see. I'm glad you brought that up, Ray, because I've been kind of in a tea funk. I've been going between the same like three teas for quite a while now. I may need something new. So if you have recommendations, that's a good one. Thank you very much. Here's what I don't really enjoy things that are too fruity or flowery. So I don't usually do nope. So some kind of a green, a black. I love an Earl Grey. Let's see what else. I will do a jasmine. That's my kind of one nod to something that's kind of flowery. I do like a jasmine. But anyway, so if you have tea suggestions, I'm all about it. Send me your tea suggestions. Um, Carrie says woke up to frost on the grass. Wow. my area of Spain gets seasonal weather. Yeah. And so that's pretty rare then, right, Carrie? Let me know. It's so funny you said you got frost in the grass because that was one of grandma's phrases. She'd be like, "Do you have snow on your grass?" That was always snow on your grass. That's what she'd always say. I love that. Sharon Iowa says, "I hope we're done with the snow. We had rain first. Trees are drooping." Ooh, I bet. Do you like because if you have rain first, then you get the ice and the. Ooh, that sounds like a good quality A+ winter weather you're having there, Sherry. All right, so your homework is to let me know how you're doing. If you have tea suggestions for me, put those in the chat, and we'll dive right in. So this week we kicked off the Dress Your Loom course. It's going great. It's been very exciting. The first module is all about measuring your project. So we're having a wonderful time. This is a big deal. It took me a long time to put the course together, and I'm very excited to kind of walk the first class of students through this. And there will be other classes in the future for sure. But I'm very excited, and thank you to all who have supported, and those of you that are students, and all the good stuff. So it's been a big week. Been a big week around here. Jennifer says we're at 57 degrees and it rained last night. Too warm here for January. Oh, I believe that. Yeah, I believe that. Hi, Cynthia. Good morning from North Ohio. Oh. Stitchy Bird from yes, excellent. Okay, thank you. See, I have my little cheat sheet here of my folks that people that I don't know the names automatically. Okay, there we go. Laura says sunny and 55 in Cincinnati. Oh, that's a lovely day. That sounds pretty balmy, honestly, doesn't it? Do you find that when it's 55 in Cincinnati, people are out like in their shorts and their, like tank tops and stuff? That's what happens around here. If we have a day in the winter that's in the 50s, people are like, coat? What coat? It's I think it's a Midwest thing, is that you're so used to being like bundled up, and the second it's remotely warm, and that means like over 48, 50 degrees, people like run in their their little tank tops and their shorts. It's yeah. Okay, Carrie says here it's rare snow that it makes it past the mountains about every 10 years. Frost at the tip of the grass blades are frozen and white. I bet that's beautiful, Carrie. Odd, but I bet that is gorgeous. Carrie is out of Spain, so it's always so interesting to hear about how things are going there. Laura says yes. Yes, when it's 55, people go crazy. They're like, it's spring, it's summer. What is this? Sherry says a good day to plan my conference classes. Oh, yes, Sherry. Okay, so Sherry is one of my contacts for the Midwest Weaving Conference, which is happening this June. And she was telling us that registration opens Saturday. If anyone plans to go, woo-hoo, go to midwestweavers.org and look on the conference page. Yep, I am teaching, and we can have a meetup. That would be so much. Sherry, we should absolutely do that. We should absolutely have a meetup. That would be so much fun. So yes, if you live near the West, if you have an excuse to visit the Midwest, the conference is in Des Moines, Iowa, in kind of middle of June. It's about a week long, and I am teaching all kinds of stuff there. So I will be around for the entire week. And for anyone who comes, yes, Sherry will definitely plan a meetup. I would love that. I think the only day that I'm not teaching is the very first day, but I also have a half day class in there. Anyways, I am teaching 3 different classes. I'm teaching a 3-day, my very first weaving project, and then I am teaching a 1-day class on color, and I'm teaching a half-day class on how to plan a weaving project with confidence. Like I said, if you're in the Midwest, if you want an excuse to come visit lovely Des Moines, Iowa, book your calendars for June, because we'll all be there. It's gonna be awesome. Diane says it's sunny and 70 degrees in Jacksonville. Yep, I would hope so. My folks are in Florida, and I get the reports from them about how things are going, and they always tell me when it's when it's cold and 62 degrees or something like that. So I can appreciate that. Yes, it's this is like prime season in Florida right now, isn't it? The whole January, February is just that's just the sweet spot. My mom would probably argue it's still a little chilly. I think the older she gets, the warmer it needs to be for her to be comfortable, which is fine. That's to each his own, right? Okay, so tell me about your projects. What happened over the last week? How is your progress going? I know Ellen already chimed in and said she finished up her Valentine's towels. So lovely. You guys are welcome to, if you don't follow Ellen already, she's under Threadings Handwoven. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram, but she always posts pictures of her projects, which are beautiful. So, hi, Kathy. Kathy, where are you watching from? So let me know how your projects are. What is on your loom? What are you working on this week? Tell me all of the good things. I'm going to take a big old swig here just to hydrate. Yeah, you're welcome, Ellen. Tanya says, I've got a warp done, ready to go on the loom for a blanket. Okay, Tanya, how big is this blanket? When I think of blankets, I always think, do you have a really big loom to go with that blanket? Or is it just a lap blanket? Or, oh, Kathy's in Indy. Oh, yay, a fellow Hoosier. I love that. That's so awesome, Kathy. We should talk. I'll be headed down to my family in Noblesville. I'll be headed down that way here in the near future. Sam says, starting to thread up my 8 shaft for my first project. Okay, wait, I have to use my slick little tool. Can I do the little, oh, look at that. See? I can post her comment. Is that fun? Starting to thread up my 8 shaft for our first project using all 8 shafts. Woohoo! Sam just got her 8 shaft loom, which is so exciting. Okay, so what pattern are you going to use, Sam? What's the plan for the maiden voyage of all 8 shafts? Hi, S. Cooper. What is your first name? S. Cooper, I love that. Hi, Dan. Just finished my Christmas towels, weaving monk's belt. Oh, I love that. Very nice. Jennifer says, still moving stuff into the art studio. Oh, that's right, Jennifer. You were telling us about how you were redoing or updating your art studio. That's very, very cool. I have so on my end of things, the floor loom is temporarily empty, but I have a custom project to go in, and it's gonna be very fun. It's gonna be a challenge, which I like. The table loom, you'll see in just a moment, is going to be for literally a weaver's challenge. That's what I'm working on, and you'll get to see kind of just the beginning of it. I was frantically dressing the loom before I got on here today. You should have seen me. I was like racing upstairs. Make tea, put on lipstick, come back down, put the iPad together. Like it was just, it's a good thing I've done this for a while, because I was like, oh, I have 6 minutes left. I got it. I can do it. I can slide right in, and we'll go from there. Kathy says, yes, she's the one who wrote me about the music studies. Oh, yes. Thank you, Kathy. I remember that now. That was awesome. I love that. Oh, different Kathy. Love that. Kathy Stevens, still trying to figure out about my overshot on a 4 shaft. Kathy, let me know if you're running into challenges there, my friend. I can help you out with that. Tanya says double weave. Oh, she's using double weave for her blanket at about 60 inches by maybe 46. Oh, okay. So Tanya, are you doing like a 30 inches wide in your loom, and that's how you get the double width? Or are you doing the other one? I'm so curious about this. Sam says rose path threading. Oh, very nice. Ooh, it's been a long time since I've done any rose path. That's a good idea. I always feel like there's always one kind of idea that comes up each time. What was it last time we talked about? Crackle was the one. I've never done crackle. It has to go on my list. We'll have to do some crackle together, you guys. That'll have to be something project we can do together. We'll see. It's not the weave along. That's already decided. Not the April weave along, at least. Maybe it could be maybe for October, possibly. I'll ponder that one. So very good. Okay, so continue to let me know about your projects. I'm always excited to hear about what's happening with you. And I just wanted to, if you guys didn't, oh wait, Tanya popped back in. Let's see. Tanya says a 24-inch rigid heddle, so double the width. Got it. So that's where you said about 46, 60 inches in length. Okay, excellent. Okay, so how many of you have done a blanket before? Let me know. And if you did you just employ like double weave to make it wide enough, or did you just work on a really big loom? I'll be honest, I've done two blankets. That's all I can think of. I think 2 blankets. The first one was just on a big old, it's a 45 inch. Ooh, I loved that loom. This was when I was first learning. I didn't have my own loom yet. And I did on a 45 inch, and I did, it was like a 45 by 60 was kind of the finished size. So it was never meant to be, a queen size. It was supposed to go on a smaller bed, or just like, just down at your feet kind of thing. And then the other one I did double weave, and that still wasn't enormous. Sherry says she's done a baby blanket, not with double weave. Ellen says baby blankets only on an eight shaft, 45-inch wide. Gotcha. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I haven't. I always like the idea of a blanket, but I haven't done very many of them. Huh? See, that could also go on the list. I always pick up stuff when I'm talking to you guys. So this week's handwoven experience was all about the 2023 Pantone color of the year, Viva Magenta. Woohoo! So here's what I found so wonderful. Is at the same time I'm releasing this video, I got, let's see, the email from Women Create. Do you know this? It's kind of based from a magazine. You'll have they have I'm totally drawing a blank. There's like 3 different magazines. They're all related to this Women Create kind of family. Anyways, they have an email, and their email was all about the color of the year, which I love that. And then I thought I saw somebody else had an email this week about color of the year. So it's like we all got the memo that the 3rd week of January we'll all release information about the color of the year. I love that. Oh, you have a tea suggestion. Good. Twinings Ultra Spice Chai. I do like a chai. That's a good suggestion. Thank you. So yes. In the video then, if you haven't had a chance to watch it yet, I gave you 4 suggestions for what to do with Viva Magenta. And Viva Magenta is, it's, if you haven't played with it yet, it is a really fun color because it is, when you look at it, you wouldn't say, oh, it's red, or oh, it's pink, or oh, it's purple. It's somewhere in between. And I love these colors because they can really play with other colors next to them. Like the relationship is so interesting because depending on what's next to it, it'll look very pink or very purple or very red, depending on what you put with it. So I love that kind of play with a color like magenta. So let me know, have you worked with magenta? We'll just say magenta because the chance you've worked with Viva Magenta specifically might be kind of slim, but have you worked with magenta, and what colors did you put with your magenta? Because I always like to hear it. I think it's such a personality test to see how people put colors together, which I kind of love that. There's something psychological about color, right? I think that's fair. Carrie says, I'm waiting for my 16 shaft loom to arrive. Wow. As I have plans to make a table cover. Here, I'm going to use my cool little trick. As I have plans to make a table cover in double wide, but need 12 shafts. Wow, that is awesome. A 16 shaft loom, Carrie. That's amazing. How wide is the loom, Carrie? What's the width of that? I would think you're probably not going to have a small one if it's a 16 shaft. That's awesome. Ellen says there's some magenta in my warp now. Woohoo! Painted warp with greens. Oh, I love that idea. Kind of a magenta with green. Yeah, that would be very nice. Is it a shiny dime painted warp? Just out of curiosity. Ellen always has a fabulous library of painted warps, which is awesome. Carrie says a 32-inch Ashford table loom. Okay, they make a 32-inch table loom with 16 shafts. That's impressive. Very, very, very cool. I love that. So yeah, so tell me, okay, working with magenta, Viva Magenta, what would you pair with it? What Ellen says no crazy. Is that the style? Is that the kind of painted warp? See, I'm not as familiar with all the brands that do painted warps. Is that the brand, Ellen? No crazy? Is it NO crazy? No crazy? Gary says, yes, they do make this. Well, clearly, if you've ordered one, right, it's once a year pre-order. Oh, that's a long time to wait for a loom, isn't it? Is to wait for a year. Now, it'd be worth it. You're getting a 32-inch, 16 shaft Ashford table loom. Yes, please. Oh, thank you for clarifying, Ellen. Ellen says her brand of painted warp is crazy on the loom. Thank you. See, we're all learning things. Yeah, I don't work with paint. I've worked with one, two painted warps maybe. I know that's part of Ellen's bread and butter, that she's so good at it. So good at it. Oh, Shannon. Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that. Excellent. So yeah, so let me know. Ponder what you would pair with Viva Magenta when you're ready to work with it. I had a whole variety of different options, kind of playing with warm colors and cool colors, which is kind of fun to explore. You have options for both, because it's such an interesting, it's a very interesting color. Okay, without further ado, let me kind of show you where I am on my loom. It's not, I didn't get very far. You'll see. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Where do I put this? We'll put this over here. All right, here. I'm going to tilt you down so you can see. Maybe I'll move you back just a little bit. Hold on. No one gets seasick. There we go. Okay. So, do I have yarn? Okay, don't go anywhere. Hang on. Okay, so this project here is for Weaver's Poker, Weaver's Challenge, whatever you want to call it. This was from the see, I'm dropping. I am all over the map today, folks. Let's hope this is not a sign of how the rest of the day goes. Okay, so this is from Weaver's Poker, from our I don't need to share Margaret's address with everyone. Anyways, this is what it is. If you didn't hear from previously, our Weavers Guild, once during our kind of season that we do, we always have Weaver's Poker, and you get a hand, and then you have to make a project out of it. So my hand was outerwear. Whoops, there we go. Outerwear. Texture is smooth. The structure is plain weave. The color is yellow. And the fiber is rayon or silk. And you get to toss one out. So I tossed out outer weave. Outerwear. That's the one I tossed. And I decided I'm going to make a wall hanging. Mm-hmm. Yep. And sadly, I know last week I asked about if you guys knew what kind of fiber this is, and they're like, do the burn test. I did not do the burn test yet. I will, but I haven't done it yet. But I decided I was going to use this little beautiful kind of shiny, right? Shiny, smooth yarn for my warp. And I was going to use, I'm going to use recycled neckties for the weft. Mm-hmm. Right? Smooth, shiny, plain weave. It's all kind of coming together. Now, I don't know if this is rayon or what'd you say, rayon or silk, I think was my things there, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Here's what you learn about Weaver's Poker after doing it for many years, because I try to always, like every year, I try to volunteer to do it if they need someone. It's really about the story. It really doesn't matter how you modify the elements in your hand. It's all about the story, how you put the elements together and made something to present. So I thought I had a little more time for this, but turns out that I have to present in February. So I need to hop to. So here is where I am. So I've used this fiber for my warp. Now, here's what's interesting is that I inherited these. I've got maybe 3 of these, and I inherited them from somewhere. I did not buy them. But I think they've been in this format for a very long time, because you should have seen the yarns were all like zigzaggy as I was trying to put them into the loom. And I kept thinking, hopefully this doesn't mean it's going to be a challenging warp. And so far it's been okay, but we'll see as we progress. There doesn't seem to be any stretch to it, which is fabulous, because you don't really want, it's just hard to deal with a warp that has some stretch to it. So here is my plan. I am going to do about hopefully a couple inches of this as kind of a, like I said, it's gonna be a wall hanging. So I want like a little something to make a sleeve so that I can put a little rod through there so it can hang. And then let's see, where did they go? Here we go. Then I'm gonna start to add some neckties. Da, 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 da. Look how fun those are. And what I've done is that I have a lot of neckties. Once people know that you collect neckties, then suddenly they're like, hey, we're not using these anymore. Would you like these? I'm always like, okay, sure. So I have a lot. So I had like a portion of a box that was all just yellows and goldens. And anyways, my plan is then this is just a portion of them. I'm going to take the neckties and I'm going to put them in such a way that has, I'm going to kind of aim for like a cool ombre effect. We'll see. We'll see how difficult that ends up being, but that is kind of the plan for now. So we'll do a little bit. Sadly, this is not going to be glamorous at this point. I was hoping to have this part done so we could put in some ties together, but I just didn't quite get there. So we'll just chat a little bit while I'm doing some plain weave with my fancy. Oh, you can even kind of see it. See how the yarn is just. I think it was in those balls for a long time. That's what I'm guessing. So for now, then I am just gonna we'll do a little plain weave here. I intentionally, when I do anything with recycled materials, I like to space my warp yarns a little farther apart than I normally would. And this yarn is a similar size to the kind of carpet warp that I like to work with. So I kind of went by those numbers. So I set it at 8 ends per inch just to give it a nice, lots of space. So you can see everything happening in between the space there. So, oh, good. Some folks popped in and had their suggestions for what to do with magenta. Here we go. Carol says magenta, light green, purple, and pink. Very nice. Those are very magenta with light green and pink and purple. Oh, interesting. I like that, Carol. Ray suggests magenta, turquoise, periwinkle. Ooh. Yep. I like that. I like how you guys play with kind of the kind of the opposite, like the complementary colors, how they would talk to each other, because that is, it's that kind of purple and green opposite sides of the color wheel, all of that kind of good stuff. So yes. Okay. So I'm going to do a little plain weave here just to get it started. Like I said, I was hoping to be a little bit farther, but that's okay. Tell me, more of you have projects going on. I know you do. So let me know what is on your loom or what is coming up for you. So we'll see how this project turns out. This may also be my project for the Midwest Weaving Conference. The teachers all get a little exhibit. So we'll play with that. We'll see how that all comes together. Let's see. On my floor loom, then, like I said, I have a custom project that is coming up there, and it's going to be a wall hanging for a friend of mine, and it's going to be kind of a little bit beachy inspired, which will be really kind of earthy, beachy, and instead of like browns and greens, earthy, like sand and blue, like that kind of, which will be very, very cool. So I'm excited. I like those opportunities to try something new. Think creatively, get yourself out of the usual rut. So that is kind of what is happening here. By the way, I know, it was last week now. Did you guys get to see Melvina on Textiles and Tea? She's just the coolest. Let's see. Her company name is called Traditions in Cloth. But if you didn't get a chance to see, Melvina Hodges is her name. She was the guest last week on Textiles and Tea, and boy, she's such a rock star. She's just love her. So, okay. Any other projects coming up here, you guys? Any other things? Are there any other patterns? Like, what kind of patterns do you want to try in the coming year? Do you have anything specific? I know, who is it was working on monk's belt, which is very cool. I like some monk's belt. It's been a while since I've done it, but that's an interesting one to come back to. What other patterns would you like to try this year? What are you thinking? Crackle's on my list. Let's see what else. There's a couple that we were pondering the other day. By the way, for anyone who is in or near Northwest Indiana, in the area at all, if you want to come up this weekend, this Sunday, I should say, we're doing a kind of a try weaving. It's usually a weekend. It's just Sunday though. It's come up to try a little bit of weaving. It's an hour and a half. I think there's 2 different time slots you can sign up for. And let's see. Yeah, this Sunday. And then in February, I'm offering the 3-day My First Weaving project. So those are all through 3 moons. So I can put the link there so you can see those. Ellen says, revisit Crackle, Echo Weave combinations. Oh, ooh, Echo Weave combinations. I like that. Shannon says, I thought the Viva magenta would look great with green. Yeah, right? Yes. Oh yeah, Ellen said Melvini was awesome. Traditions in Cloth. Yes, that's her company. Yeah. Hi, Carla. She says she's trying a Huck lace sampler from Next Steps in Weaving. How cool, Carla. I love that. Sherry says, I want to weave with silk. I have it now to decide what pattern to weave. Boy, that's the trick, isn't it? What to do now? Okay, here's what I'm learning, you guys, even as we're talking right here. Is it because I spaced my warp yarns farther apart? My my kind of golden yarn is really packing very tight, which will this will work great for my sleeve as part of the here. Let me see if I can tilt you just a little bit so you can see it. You see, it's like it's nice and tight together. So that'll be very curious. Once I start to add the neckties to it, that'll space things out a little more. But I can't wait to show you next week as I actually have some ties in there. I'm sorry, this was about the most boring demonstration ever. My apologies. Next week will be better. So anyways, that is what I've started on the loom. We will we'll work in some more excitement next time, I promise. You know, they can't all be winners. I am so sorry. I try to put it all together and you just never know. So, you know, just bear with. Next week it'll look more exciting. Okay. So, let's finish strong, shall we? If you haven't had a chance yet, sign up for the love notes. They come out every Wednesday, and I say hi, and I'm thinking about you. I let you know of the good free stuff that I released that week. Like I said, this week was all about the color of the year, Viva Magenta. Tanya says, never boring. Thank you, sweetheart. That's so nice. I'm comforted knowing that you love me anyways, even if I'm just sitting here doing plain weave, if it's just that simple. And then if you're loving all things acting creative, you are invited to become an Acting Creative Insider. It is a monthly membership and you get special little bonuses and all kinds of good stuff. Oh, good. Sam got her calendar. Yay. I'm glad you like it. So, okay, next week, right back here. This is this, you know, you can set your watch to it. Next Thursday at 9:30 Central Time, I'll be right back here. We'll be doing much more interesting things on the loom next time. So, in the meantime, this week, you know, try to pet your yarn, find a shuttle, do something, have a little moment of creativity in your life this week, would you? It's good for us. It's good for all of us to have a little time for ourselves, just to be creative, just to let ourselves run wild. It's all good. So mark your calendars. Next Thursday, I'll be right back here. We'll do more fun things together. And in the meantime, of course, have a wonderful, fabulous, marvelous week. And happy weaving.